Nathaniel Bandy. Striving for originality. It's time to change the pacing up. Let's look at the best and worst items all in the same video. I will not be counting any of the items from the two Mario Kart arcade machines because those titles are so irrelevant to the series that it's not even worth it. And besides, practically nobody has played them. Thanks again to Vector Star Productions for the brilliant intro. Without further ado, let's go!
Number 5.
Best! Have you ever been playing Mario Kart with a friend and are so pissed off that they have been in first place the whole time and you've been stuck in 4th or 5th place? It makes you mad, doesn't it? That's exactly why the spiny/blue shell was invented, to hit the player in first place. This shell does more than spin or flip the kart though. No, you are tossed into the air. You stop dead in your tracks from this thing, and it's nearly impossible to dodge. In the newer Mario Kart games, there are ways you can dodge the blue shell, which is bullshit, but at least in the older ones you can't dodge it. This is the one item that critics often hate being in the Mario Kart games because of how unfair it is. Here is what I have to say to those people. Let me play you the world's smallest violin. Oh boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. But seriously though, the blue shell is supposed to be unfair. Mario Kart is an unfair game. It's not all about being a skilled player. The luck card has always been in the game. I personally love the blue shell's existence. It can be so useful for those players that are just way too good at the game and are half a lap ahead of everybody.
Number 4.
Best! Let's talk about Double Dash again. I covered this game last month, and boy is the game unique. There are several items that this game has that no other Mario Kart game has today, and my personal favorite was the Chain Chomp. A Chain Chomp! A barking 3D Pac-Man shaped rock attached by a chain. That's an item in this game. If you need help catching up in Double Dash, all you need to do is get the Chain Chomp, put your controller down, and relax. The Chomps do all the work for you, and will run over any players or obstacles that get in his way. I find it hilarious that only the baby characters can use this item, aside from King Boo and Petey Piranha. This item is incredibly useful and will get you several places ahead of other racers. The only downer with this item is the kart is completely out of control when the item is in use. This can be a huge problem when you're playing on a complex course with lots of sharp turns, like Rainbow Road. Chompy only lasts for so long, so when the chain breaks off, your kart doesn't gain control for a second or so. This can easily cause you to run into a wall or die, which makes the item almost useless in some stages. This problem doesn't happen very often though, so it's still one of the best items Mario Kart has ever offered.
Number 3.
Best! It's nice getting a mushroom in Mario Kart. It gives you an edge on the competition. But it's also nice getting a triple mushroom, because it gives you more of an edge and can help you cross shortcuts. But you want to know what's really nice? Getting the golden mushroom! With this item, you grant the power of using unlimited mushrooms for a limited amount of time. This can be incredibly useful if you are very close to last place, but still close to all the other racers. You can easily zoom by everyone with this item. It's pretty awesome. Let's not forget that the mushroom is made out of gold, which automatically makes it 100 times better than a normal mushroom. The only problem with this item is that if you are very far behind, as in almost a lap behind everybody, you will not catch up with this thing. Granted, practically nothing will help you catch up at that point, but still. I really wish I had more to say about the golden mushroom, but its purpose is so self-explanatory that I really can't.
Number 2.
Best! Have you ever had a day where you were just mad at everyone? So you go play some Mario Kart, and then you get mad at all the drivers because you're playing like garbage! Well, the best solution is to electrocute everybody with the Thunderbolt/Lightning. This item not only slows down all the players, but it also shrinks them. In some Mario Kart titles, you can actually squish racers. It's kind of ironic that one of the most powerful items in Mario Kart ever happens to be the reason why this game exists: electricity. I have to wonder why Nintendo thought that shrinking the racers when they got zapped would make sense, because in reality, that makes no sense at all. It would have been more logical if when racers got zapped that they start driving in random directions due to brain damage, But apparently, shrinking was easier to program. Another interesting thing to note is that some games have all the players shrink spontaneously and grow back to normal size spontaneously, while other games have the players grow back to normal size in a domino fashion depending on what place you're in.
And now the number one best Mario Kart item is...
Look, if you're ever doing really bad in Mario Kart, the only item you really need is the bullet bill. You transform into one and proceed to shoot through anyone in your path and are guaranteed to move up several places in the race. Some of you may be wondering why I don't have stars as an item on this list as one of the best Mario Kart items. That's because the bullet bill is stars, combined with a never-ending mushroom and a chain chomp. Bullet bills completely demolish everything in its path. The only thing that could make it better is if it would shrink and squish the opposing players, but this item is already overpowered enough. It's funny how the best item in Mario Kart has the least to say about it. So, now you've seen what I think the best items are, but you aren't here for that. No. Let's spread the hate, everybody, and let's get to the top 5 worst items in Mario Kart. Let's go!
Number 5.
Worst! As more and more Mario Kart games were being released, professionals began to get tired and restless of nothing happening to them while in first place. All that happens in first place is you get a banana or you get a green shell, and pretty much the only thing that'll stop you is a blue shell. Mario Kart Wii came out with a brand new item to try to change this, titled the POWs Lock. This item guarantees the loss of any items you're carrying, and there's a possibility you slow down to a crawl. It's good to see that Nintendo tried something new to make things more challenging, but this item is so freaking annoying. The POW block comes up way too often. Quite often, this stupid thing will come up 5 times per race, sometimes even more. Of course, you can time it so you don't slow down, but I get so sick of this thing showing up that I don't even care and just let myself spin out. Thank God its only appearance has been in Mario Kart Wii. Let's just pray that it never comes back.
Number 4.
Worst! Green shells are terrible. It's just a stupid shell. That's what we're given. This thing is only useful for a couple reasons. It's good to block incoming red shells or Yoshi eggs, and it's also good at hitting opponents from behind or in front. But that's only if you are amazing at aiming and timing. I mean, this thing just sucks. What else can I say? Nobody ever wants a green shell. It's one of the 6 items that's consistently been in every Mario Kart, so it looks as if we'll never get rid of it. Out of those 6 items, there is another item that's on this list, which is coming up right now.
Number 3.
Worst! What's worse than getting a green shell in first place? Getting a banana, of course! Its only uses are blocking red shells or Yoshi eggs, and it can be used as an obstacle to dodge on the track. This thing sucks as an obstacle anyway. Tripping on a banana does very little to slow the racer down in all Mario Kart games. Even getting triple bananas, a banana bunch, or a giant banana won't make much of a difference. I should almost just add all the banana-related items to this list because they're all equally terrible. You know, I have to wonder, where did the idea come from that tripping on a banana would make you slip up? Let me look this up real quick. Oh. This is interesting, guys. I'm going to paraphrase an excerpt and even put a link in the description. Before the discovery of its comedic potential, the banana skin was considered a real public hazard. In the mid-19th century, a man named Carl B. Frank began importing Panamanian bananas to New York City. The fruit quickly became a popular street food throughout America, but the surge in urban migration and lack of sanitation regulation posed a major problem in cities. People often tossed their garbage into the streets, leading to a general foul stench and public waste buildup. A fresh banana peel might seem non-threatening, but a rotting banana peel was a slime-covered booby trap. Well then!
Number 2.
Worst! Again, let's talk about the first place syndrome and how it can be boring only getting green shells and bananas. Mario Kart 7 challenged this problem once again, and out came one of the worst items of all time, the Super Leaf. So many games revolved around the revival of the Super Leaf when this game was released. So that made it a smart idea to bring to Mario Kart 7, right? Wrong! This item is just wrong. The Super Leaf doesn't even get an F for effort. It gets an F for failure. Failure. When you get this item, you possess a very unnatural looking Tanuki tail, and you can swing your tail around and hit people that are next to you. The only time this thing is truly useful is when somebody is driving directly next to you. This almost never happens. You can also block red shells with the Super Leaf, but you have to time your button press perfectly. And at the rate your tail spins at, that's not so easy. Nintendo, please try again and give us another item for first place for Mario Kart 8. Now remember, I believe the best item in Mario Kart is the bullet bill. So now, let's find out what the worst one is.
And now the number one worst Mario Kart item is...
This item first came out in Mario Kart DS, and it's been in every Mario Kart since, and even confirmed for Mario Kart 8. Why? This item does nothing to change the gameplay. It has no real impact on the racers, and it comes up almost as much as the POW block does. If you don't know what I'm talking about at this point, which you should if you play Mario Kart, I'm talking about the blooper. If I were to make a list of the ugliest looking items, the blooper would hit number 1 on that list too. This item has very, very rarely made an impact on me, especially if I've already memorized what the course looks like. This thing just takes away from the game and doesn't allow us to see the gorgeous tracks. It's like if I had a yummy looking ice cream sundae, made it look all pretty, and then I just mashed it up for no reason. I guess that's a good way to compare the blooper. I don't know. Look, all I'm trying to say is that the ink squirting on the screen to block some of my view is a waste of time. Nintendo should just send the blooper to a pen factory or something. That's all for today. Did you guys think my best and worst list was accurate, or was I way off? Leave me a comment and let me know. Next month's top 10 is going to come as a Christmas present, as it's been my most requested top 10 ever. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.